Anyone who dares to attack a U.S. naval vessel must be prepared to pay an extremely heavy price. When it comes to pirates, the image that often comes to mind is of infamous characters like Jack Sparrow. Joe Dan or Captain Kidd are famous pirate figures, often appearing on the small screen and in mythological stories. The cunning merchants used their might and guile to dominate the Caribbean Sea. But in reality, these pirates are far more dangerous. Have you ever heard of Somali pirates? Today's pirates are not only more dangerous but also extremely bold and reckless. And even attacked United States naval vessels, the very symbol of the world's foremost military power. Did these pirates truly foresee the consequences of daring to provoke the planet's most powerful military force? And what if the US Navy decides to retaliate? Video. So, the emergence of Somali pirates stems from mounting difficulties within this Horn of Africa nation. Following the overthrow of President Mohammed Siad Barre in the early 1990s, Somalia has descended into anarchy, plagued by civil war and poverty. No government was powerful enough to control the situation. Law and order completely collapsed. Amid the chaos, armed groups began attacking foreign vessels. They took advantage of the chaotic situation to engage in illegal fishing and dump waste illegally in Somali waters. Faced with such blatant violations, many local fishermen were forced to take up arms and become pirates. To protect our homeland's waters and make a living. In the 2000s, Somali pirates emerged and became a serious threat to international shipping. With their small, agile boats equipped with modern weaponry, they are willing to kidnap ships and their crews to demand ransom. Somali pirates not only operate at sea but also have bases on land, from which they launch their brazen attacks. Unlike the classic pirate image often seen, wielding swords and fighting aboard sailing ships, modern-day pirates have turned piracy into a genuine and highly lucrative industry. Even the punishment of marooning traders on a deserted island, once practiced by pirate crews, was opposed and is no longer applied. In this situation, the abandoned person was left with only a small amount of food, water, and a gun. So that if they cannot withstand it, they will end their own lives. The operations of modern-day pirates have become far more sophisticated and organized compared to the image of pirates from the past. Instead of using sailboats and swords, they now operate high-speed vessels and are equipped with modern weapons. These groups often function like criminal enterprises, with a tight organizational structure, clearly divided tasks, and complex communication networks. Their primary targets are cargo ships, oil tankers, and even luxury yachts. They typically execute swift attacks, closing in on their target vessel, boarding it, and overpowering the crew to seize valuable cargo or take hostages for ransom. Pirate activity is most common in remote maritime areas, particularly near countries with weak governance or ongoing conflict. The way modern pirates operate has changed significantly, bearing little resemblance to the pirates of old tales. With a triangular hat on his head and a gleaming sword in the past. Today, we are facing criminal organizations with unprecedented levels of sophistication and brutality. Today's pirates, such as those in Somalia, have upgraded their weapons from machetes and crude pistols to automatic firearms. Grenade launchers along with modern communication equipment. No longer adrift on the ocean, they established stable bases on land, where meticulously planned attacks unfold and crews are taken hostage for ransom. These pirates operate with extreme cunning and recklessness. They use small, highly maneuverable ships that are very difficult to detect. They often target large, slow-moving cargo ships with weak defense systems, particularly when these vessels operate on international sea routes. The attacks unfolded methodically. They surrounded the target vessel, used weapons to intimidate, and swiftly stormed the ship's deck. Complete control capability within a short time frame. After seizing control of the ship, they imprisoned the entire crew and began negotiating with the operating company to demand an enormous ransom. Sometimes, that amount can reach millions of dollars. Today, this force is primarily concentrated in the maritime regions around West Africa, the Western Indian Ocean, and Southeast Asia. According to estimates from Indian shipowners, piracy causes up to $9 billion in annual losses to the global shipping industry. Not only rampant in the waters of Somalia and Nigeria, pirates have also appeared along the western coast of Yemen and in the Red Sea region. The coastline extends broadly and deeply towards the eastern and northern Indian Ocean, even reaching as far as the coast of Mozambique opposite Madagascar. The pirates' operational range is so vast that even a powerful naval fleet would struggle to control it entirely. Therefore, the anti-piracy operations of the U.S. Navy and its regional allies often resemble a game of whack-a-mole. Constantly dealing with highly stressful situations, continuous changes, and seeking out remedial solutions. Furthermore, pirates are becoming increasingly sophisticated, proactively changing both their tactics and areas of operation. This makes controlling and preventing their activities extremely difficult. Clash between pirates and the U.S. Navy. In 2009, the MV McAlabama was attacked while operating off the coast of Somalia. For the first time in hundreds of years, a ship flying the American flag has been seized by pirates, an event not seen since the 1820s. The incident has attracted significant global attention, raising concerns about piracy. Often considered a thing of the past in the Hawaii Sea, off the Horn of Africa. After decades of instability and insecurity in the waters off Somalia, this event caused pirate gangs in the region to resurge and become most active in the late 2000s. Just one day before the attack occurred, the McAlabama received a warning from the U.S. government. They are required to keep the vessel at least 600 miles off the Somali coast. However, Captain Richard Phillips commanded the ship into waters only about 240 miles from the shore. A decision that even his own crew members would later criticize. On April 8, a small sailboat carrying 4 armed pirates approached the McAlabama and launched an attack. Occupants to a safe area while simultaneously maneuvering to ram the pirates. By turning the McAlabama's rudder, the pirates were still able to board the ship and take Phillips hostage. After a pirate was injured during a clash with the ship's crew, the remaining 3 escaped on a lifeboat, taking Phillips with them in the hope of using him as a hostage to negotiate. Early the next morning, 2 American destroyers, the USS Barrett and the USS Nicholas, had arrived at the scene. Then came 3 long, agonizing days of stalemate, as the pirates held Phillips captive in the lifeboat and every negotiation attempt ended in failure. And there were times when they fired warning shots toward the destroyer. Finally, on April 12, with the authorization of the newly inaugurated President Barack Obama, the Navy SEAL sniper struck the rescue boat with astonishing accuracy. The soldier fired from the ship's hold, through the window of the small boat. 3 shots hit their marks in succession, cleanly eliminating the 3 pirates, while Phillips remained completely unscathed. Another surviving pirate, Abdul Wali Mill, was captured and subsequently sentenced to over 33 years in prison in the U.S. Although tried as an adult, he and his accomplices in the robbery. Both are believed to have been in their teens at the time of the attack. This event captured widespread international attention, marking the first time the public had taken notice of modern-day piracy. The story of Phillips was adapted into a film featuring actor Tom Hanks. Piracy remains a persistent problem in the region, and the incident involving the Maersk Alabama is a clear testament to that. From 2009 to 2011, it was the target of 4 more pirate attacks. And all were eliminated by the armed security forces. A year later, on the very day of April 10, 2010, a serious piracy incident has occurred in the waters off Zipati, approximately 610 kilometers from the shore. The incident occurred when a group of 7 armed pirates attacked the U.S. Navy transport ship, the USS Atlin. The incident began when these pirates mistook the American warship for a target to attack. They decided to attack a civilian cargo ship to seize the assets on board. As the pirate speedboat closed in on the USS Atlin, they opened fire on the warship. In response, the sailors aboard the USS Atlin immediately reacted, using the ship's defense system. The 25mm caliber Mach 38-12 artillery pieces were moved into combat positions to counter the attack. 2 shells from this cannon hit their target, setting the pirate ship ablaze. The fire spread at a dizzying speed, forcing the pirates to leap into the sea to avoid being consumed by the flames. After defeating the pirates, the USS Atlan deployed rescue boats to approach the scene of the incident. U.S. forces found 6 survivors at sea. The pirates were brought aboard the USS Atlan for medical treatment and recovery. They received medical examinations and thorough care, while being temporarily detained pending trial proceedings. 2 of the pirates were extradited to the United States to await trial. Here, they were tried for charges of piracy and assaulting military forces. During the trial, the defendants were sentenced to life imprisonment, a severe punishment, reflecting the dangerous nature and seriousness of the pirate activities in the region. Next, we will explore the specific measures implemented by the U.S. Navy to deal with the rampant piracy currently occurring. Prevention is better than cure. To warn sailors of the dangers posed by pirates, they implemented a comprehensive program, emphasizing the importance of thorough preparation. To prevent pirate attacks on ships, one of the key solutions is to encourage merchant ships to install specialized defensive equipment. Vessels are advised to install a robust barbed wire system around the ship's deck. To create a physical barrier against intruders, it was hung on the ship. Barbed wire not only makes it harder to climb aboard the ship, but also poses a major obstacle for the pirates intending to break into the ship's cabin. This makes infiltrating the ship extremely difficult, minimize the likelihood of attacks achieving their objectives. In addition, commercial vessels are also encouraged to install water cannon systems, an effective tool to prevent pirate ships from approaching. The Dragon's Mouth can unleash a powerful, high-pressure stream of water, capable of obstructing and repelling small pirate vessels. Because the pirate's ship is smaller in size, they are easily overturned or pushed back when faced with the dragon's fierce resistance. One of the most important strategic weapons in the U.S. Navy's arsenal is its non-lethal weaponry, designed to minimize signal loss and prevent attacks without causing significant degradation. Topping this list is the Long-Range Acoustic Device System, commonly abbreviated as LRADS. The LRAD system emits highly focused and powerful sound beams, causing pain so intense it becomes unbearable. This sound is emitted at a frequency higher than the human hearing threshold, to make merchant ships invulnerable to the prying eyes of pirates. In this way, the LRAD limits a subject's ability to attack without inflicting serious injury. Simultaneously, it allows warships to maintain a safe distance from threats. Next is the water cannon, another essential tool in the U.S. Navy's defense strategy. The water cannon operates by shooting out a powerful jet of water, forming a solid white wall of water that acts as a natural shield against pirate ships. A strong water cannon not only prevents pirate ships from approaching merchant vessels. In addition, it can also swamp pirate ships, thereby significantly reducing their mobility and offensive capabilities. The effectiveness of a water cannon is most evident in situations where it creates a solid defensive barrier. Prevent unauthorized intrusion and attack activities. In addition to the above equipment, the U.S. Navy also equips and uses stun grenades. Electronic fences, tear gas launchers, and glare guns are used to counter pirates. The stun grenade exploded violently, disorienting the pirates and halting their attack. Electronic fences and vehicle detection devices can create virtual barriers, complicating access and attack attempts. Flashbangs, with their blinding and